of Nasir El-Rufai has come out to debunk those claims and said that they were there when these things, the supposed things they recovered from his house were taken, and there was nothing like a device for whatever purpose they're saying. So if they really went after El-Rufai for what he claimed he had, that must mean that whatever he said he had information to was true. And then that's what gives me the cause for concern this morning, and since I've been hearing the story. Tinubu to swear in Disu as IG on Wednesday, and then Atiku's son resigns from Fintri's cabinet. Fintri, the governor of Adamawa State, just defected to the APC. Possibly the son of Atiku Abubakar, who served as a Minister of Works in his cabinet, did not want to go with him, or does not want to go with him. Some say that he's nursing a political ambition, maybe to stand for governorship, possibly not on the ruling party ticket. His half-brother, however, is in the APC and is trying to go into the National Assembly on the ticket or the ballot as an APC member. Okay, petrol may hit 1,000 naira as Dangote hikes price. That's very disturbing to any concerned Nigerian. Petrol may hit 1,000 naira. Okay. Protest in Nasarawa over poor power supply. Protest in Nasarawa over poor power supply. I cannot find. Okay, let's just go on. This power supply also. There's a headline that the Edo State governor joins protesters. Interesting news. Okay, Iran protests in Lagos, Sokoto, Gombe, and others. We have that. Umrah suffers setback as airlines suspend flights to Saudi Arabia. So the globe is feeling it now. Okay, so alleged non-declaration of assets, Justice Soho to appear before CCB. Remember, he was accused of money laundering and so many other issues surrounding that, and non-declaration of assets. So he's to appear before the CCB, Code of Conduct Bureau. Okay, so we go over to the Vanguard newspaper. We were on the Daily Trust there. We're going to Vanguard newspaper now. Vanguard newspaper leads with Middle East war. No distress call yet from Nigerians in Iran. That's according to federal government. And then there's also news headline saying shocking revelations behind Egbetokun's removal as IGP. Read that to find out if there's new information apart from what we were told by the federal government, and also told by the sources very close to the federal government that gave unofficial revelations to what really led to his removal. Voluntarily retired, whatever word they were using, but others said that it was not the case. Governors back Tinubu's oil revenue reform, urged direct remittance to the Federation account. And U.S. citizens are urged to leave Middle Eastern countries, including Israel. It's getting more and more interesting. Okay. Federal government begins implementation of executive order on oil and gas revenues. We have that as well. So let's just go on to the next newspaper, which is the Sun newspaper, leading with crude nears $80 per barrel as Middle East tension shakes markets. We really do hope that this will not last, because it will affect the oil markets, and some countries like Nigeria already suffering a high price in the commodity of, crude oil commodities, crude oil products, petrol, diesel, and all that. Will even suffer more if this continues. All right, so we go to Yeah, still in the Sun newspaper, PDP not holding congresses. That's according to Turaki. Turaki just won a judgment, said that he was the leader of the PDP. That is not the faction of Wike. So, they are back and forth. Wike faction wants to have a Congress, and Turaki is saying that the Congress already held, which brought him as the chairman or the leader of the party, is what they're going to go by, and they're not going to have any other Congress. So let's wait and see if the appeal court will now do abracadabra and give room for the Wike faction. And if that happens, well, and if it is not going to happen, and the person who won in the FCT election was in the faction of Wike, I wonder, did he really win if he was in a faction that was not actually PDP? Or are they going to speak with one voice when it comes to defending the vote for one of their candidates in the Federal Capital Territory? So I'm just thinking out loud here. On the Nation newspaper, executive order on remittance, a Dune panel swings into action. That's what we find there. And on the Daily Post, we have Dangote refinery increases petrol price by 75 naira. That's what is there. And finally, the Guardian newspaper, we have tropical disease prevention, drug shortage, funding cut, TD gain at risk. That's very disturbing. Our health sector is crumbling, and external sponsorship, external donations, external help or aid is no longer coming as it used to come. What is the fate of Nigerians who cannot go abroad for medical tourism? Okay, Wike reaffirms support for Tinubu in 2027, says PDP yet to learn. All right, let's stop this so far and join Rufai Hosseini for his thoughts. And then when we return, Prince Chilaka hopefully will be joining us to look at some of these headlines. Good morning, Rufai, and welcome to the show.
Because of the war going on in Iran, price of petrol has gone up internationally. Brent is touching about $80 per barrel. Two things that will bring about increased petrol price at the pump price, but also it's going to bring about revenue for the government. But the question is, we've seen too many times that thing doesn't really translate for revenue for the government, and I'll tell you why. When the Russia-Ukrainian war happened, that oil touched to the high 80s per barrel, we didn't really see the impacts on our economy and our governmental revenue, because we run a very interesting structure where you can't even really see the impact of the oil exploits and the oil, increase in prices and things like that. And over the years, when you even look at back in the days of the Gulf War, the question will always now be, what did they do with the money? How was the money spent, and how was the money deployed? So that's why it is. But the direct effect, because we've removed subsidies and there's no way to cushion the effect, there's going to be a direct effect definitely at the pump price. But it's not going to be as quick as possible. Because obviously, some barrels of crude were supplied before now. Before international prices start to kick in, maybe when the initial supply of what they refine is different, or the batch of what they bring in, when it starts to take effect with this new pump price. So, you're going to see some impact on the pump price and all of that. But also, there's also local dynamics. We hear that a couple of groups, the Shia of the northern part of Nigeria have strong affiliations with the group in Iran. And the killing of the Ayatollah has led to a lot of protest. In fact, the new IG has been triggered to be able to look into that and ensure that, we instill a great level of discipline and the likes in the country. So we're looking at all of this. The war is still raging on. There are some footages that are coming out that are showing that some American planes crashed, but the airmen made a quick ejection and a quick exit, so they were not caught in the skirmish. And you're seeing a lot of up and down. as regards it. It's still very fluid. Let's see what pans out, how it pans out in the coming days. And let's also see when Congress starts to look at the matter. Let's see what is going to happen on the Capitol today. Let's see the reactions, people towards this war. Airspace in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and the likes, and some Middle Eastern countries pretty much shut down because of the level of collateral damage going on. And we're going to just wait and see how the matter goes, because the matter is quite very fluid as we speak. So we're going to see what all of this is going to do, to the polity in general. So we're waiting and seeing how it pans out. Hopefully, at some point, coolness will prevail. Donald Trump is saying that this is going to last for a couple of more weeks. The question is, since the killing of Ayatollah, what else? Does Israel still want to decimate, other parts of Iran? And also, we're also seeing the extensions. Israel is now beginning to attack Hezbollah because it was seen that they're fighting in favor of Iran. And even the Houthi rebels too, Strait of Hormuz have been closed. So there are a lot of dynamics, going on as regards the state of play of things. So we're going to be seeing all of this. We're just going to be watching, and we're going to see how all of this pans out in the coming days. All of this dynamics as regards the war. Interesting time. Let's just keep watching, and let's see what's going to definitely happen as regards the state of play. A couple of stories making around. The very first story we'd like to talk about is El-rufai song coming out to say that he has seen government agencies like the ICPC trying to take for granted his father's silence, and this is his father's case, saying all things and casting all sorts of aspersions against his father. And he's just saying that the rights of his father must be respected. Concerning the El-rufai case, there's a story also making the round that is saying that there's been a revelation that he got some wiretapping devices in his home after the search was made. They said the search was made in front of his wife and his son, and he got some wiretapping devices. Anyway, some have said this political witch hunt, but at least the authorities will have to prove that that wiretapping device was what El-rufai used to tap the line of the NSA. Definitely in the coming days they will have to prove. Court has adjourned. I think there's been an adjournment till the 23rd of April. So we'll be able to see all that has transpired. A judge, High Court Judge, John Toshaw, will have to go to CCP to explain himself as regards a declaration of a certain bank account that was not made. I mean, we all know that it's only right for the declaration to be made in the Code of Conduct Bureau about certain bank account by judges and government officials. And as regards that, some declaration were not made. So John Toshaw says he's going to go and explain himself to him to go it himself. There was a stampede that killed some people up in the north where they went to get food for Ramadan, or they went to get supplies for Ramadan, which is a very sad story. I mean, it just talks about the state of poverty and state of hunger and state of deprivation in the system. We're also following that story closely. Wike again is already ratified on brimstone and is acting like he's God. He's saying that Senator Kingibe will not come back to the FCT, that she's done nothing and all of that, she's done no projects. I mean, we all know that there's been a lot of back and forth between Wike and Senator Kingibe. Both of them don't see eye to eye on many issues. There's been a lot of back and forth, and hence Wike is making this assertion that she's not going to come back. But anyway, Wike is not the Abuja people that votes. Wike doesn't hold the ace in the electoral process. It is the people that will determine who will come back. It is the people that will determine what happens in the electoral process. So he can just go ahead and say whatever he wants to say. And by the way, this idea that he keeps insisting when he was asked, why are you moving around to inspect your elections? He keeps saying he's the governor of FCT. Okay, you are not the governor of FCT. It is the president that sits in the FCT that is the governor of the FCT. So I don't know who is telling him that as the governor of the FCT. No, you just hold a ministerial position. And you are just a cabinet minister like any other person. Like the governor of the FCT. The president holds that ace over the FCT because he's the one in charge of the Federal Capital Territory. So I don't know where you are getting your orientation from. So, I mean, this his media charts that he says a lot of half-truths and challenges people and several sorts that doesn't hold water. I keep saying power is transient, time is transient. Yeah, in the nick of time, all of these things might not be the case any longer. Well, we've seen people that have done worse than all of this. So we keep looking. We just have to say to these politicians, why, please be guided. Let truth, honesty, and transparency herald anything that you're going to do. And let's just all be careful, please. Let's be very careful. It has to be said. We can't say that enough. We're still looking at proceedings going on in the Middle East. And the story about some American jets falling, actually it's, I think one of the Qatari anti-missile systems, or the Iraqi army, or the Kuwaiti anti-missile systems, that ended up shooting those American jets down. So there's been a mix-up there. We've also seen that more servicemen from America have passed. American jets pretty much flattened and shot down. But you know, in the state of war, that would be seen as friendly fire because these are allies basically shooting down each other's jets. The situation is quite fluid. We'll see what will happen in the coming days. We keep on waiting and watching how the matters will unfold as regards the state of play of the war. So it's very sad time for the world. The Middle East is on lockdown. We'll see what comes.
So some updates on the El-rufai story, where the ICPC said they found some wiretapping devices in the home of El-rufai. His wife has come out to say that it's false, that ICPC is lying, and that she doesn't know why they're trying to manipulate the situation, that they didn't find any wiretapping device in their home, that they were right there, and they didn't see any of such device, that they don't know why they're trying to manipulate what is going on. I mean, it just shows that this matter is not becoming political, because you would expect our, what's it called, our institutions to be fair and be decent, but it just shows that if the ICPC can go there and see they found something in El-rufai's home that he didn't find in his home, then it speaks volumes about our institution. It just shows that all of this is looking so much like a political witch hunt. But in the coming days, like I said before, get to the root of all of this matter. And like I was saying that time, the American jets that were hit, that were affected in this strike, actually happened in Kuwait. So it's the Kuwaiti air defense system, which is friendly fire anyway, that did shoot down the American jets. And it was said that it happened as a result of a mistake. But Americans are saying that they are going to investigate the matter and see what was really going on.
Since the president's remarks
Thank you very much, Rufai Hussaini, for your thoughts this morning. We go back to the headlines now, and we're glad that we're being joined by Prince Chilaka here in the house. Good morning and welcome to the program, Prince Chilaka.
Morning, my brother. How are you?
I'm fine. Okay, where do we even start now? Maybe we should start from Edo State, where the governor joined protesters to protest against power outage.
Well, I mean, our politicians are very funny human beings. They do things you don't expect them to do. I mean, the man who should actually be giving directives, who should be at the top of his job, is indirectly saying, "No, I'm giving up." He's throwing in the towel. That's what he means, because I don't understand the basis for him to join the protest. When he should be the one, giving directives to find out what has gone wrong. So it simply shows you lack of governance skill, lack of ability to handle issues, and just playing to the gallery. That's just it.
I'm just wondering, because if we see that there's a possibility of having uninterrupted power, which is shown in Abia State, why can't the other governors, use a template similar to that to do what they should
Yeah, but
do?
that's why I said that's lack of, governance skill.
Because
the governor himself should be the one to run the pilot. He should be the one to pilot the scheme to say, okay, I'm going to give my people light. I'm going to take all steps necessary, which is what Abia State has done, which is what Lagos State is doing. So rather than sit down, and plan out something, you're just, you're behaving like a hoodlum. That's just what I say. You're behaving like a man who has no sense of direction. Okay, you're joining the protest. To what end? So that people will clap for you that the governor joined the protest? It's the height of mediocrity.
Man of the people. I read a story the other day that in Rivers State, there are communities that have experienced blackout for many months. And it took a local government chairman to be innovative, to be creative enough. And what he did was to meet with the Abia State government and ask that they be connected to the Abia grid instead of the national grid. And they've been having a steady power. That is in a local government or so.
You see, we are in that talk of, oh, I'm a governor, I'm a minister. No, it's about what are you bringing to the table? What do you have in your head? Those working with you, what are they bringing to the table? I mean, the local government chairman has proven beyond every reasonable doubt that he has what it takes to become a leader.
Yeah.
So what stops a governor from thinking out of the box? Rather than thinking out of the box, you have decided to cow in. You have become a protester. You are crying over something you should manage. It's unfortunate the kind of people we have as leaders in this country. It simply shows that we have people who have no class, who have no integrity, who have nothing to offer the people other than the fact that they want to be known as governors.
There's a saying that what do they call it? A general is as good as the lieutenants around him. Is it that if he has nothing to offer, he doesn't also have the ability to choose the people that can do the job for him?
Choosing the people is not the problem. Listening to the people you have chosen is another issue.
Oh, that sums it up.
So because you know that a lot of people don't want to be overshadowed by those they have employed. So when you bring up a suggestion, first of all, they want the suggestion to be something they would want to say, I came up with it. But when they don't understand that suggestion, what do? They throw it to the dogs.
I mean, it's really disturbing. If these are the kind of leaders we will keep churning out. Have the responsibility. Are we the ones?
Yes, when you say churning out, I wanted to ask you, how many of Nigerian leaders have you and I elected? It's just like the 1999 Constitution. He said, we the Nigerian people, were you there? Were you consulted? Were you represented? So we just have a country where those who have been opportuned to get into power, to become leaders, they just feel that it is what they desire, what they want, what they think that they want the Nigerian people to have. None of them have ever sat back to say, Nigerians, what do you want?
I wish Jonathan were strong enough to implement the conference report, the national conference report, because that's the closest I've been or communities, a lot of communities have been to having their voices heard? Because I know how much consultation was made at that time.
Honestly speaking, I don't know why Jonathan didn't implement that report. He didn't show statesmanship. He didn't when patriotism was required of him, we couldn't find it.
But according to him, he felt that the next administration should have been the one to.
Jonathan should know better.
He knows now.
No, he should know. He should have known better that it is rare for any administration to continue from where the other one stopped. The only thing they continue, when they want to continue, is the bad things, the things that affect the ordinary people, the things that drive the people into poverty, the things that weaken the people. That is what they follow. But the things that will bring development to the people.
Okay, let's go to security matters. The war in Iran is affecting the global market especially. We're hearing price increase in a barrel of crude oil and all that. But let's start with the protests happening all around Nigeria. In the northern states, there were about 5 states that it happened, including Sokoto and others that we've been seeing insecurity all this while, and we saw no protest. But now it has entered Lagos. And like they say, when Lagos sneezes, the nation catches a cold. We're seeing pictures of them and videos of the people who are protesting, carrying flags of Iran and in solidarity with the Ayatollah that has been killed and all that. I don't know how that will affect us, security-wise and politically as well.
Let me start by saying that there's too much hypocrisy in this country. The worst kind of hypocrisy, you can find it only in Nigeria. And it is really, really painful. It is really, really shameful. Nigerians are being slaughtered daily. Homes are being run over. Ancestral lands are being taken over by suspected bandits, terrorists, call them whatever you want to call them. The youths in the north have not seen the need to protest. Those shameless youths in the north, they have not seen the need to protest. And the leaders in the north have kept quiet all this while. They have not seen the need to say, let us mobilize our young people to protest. And then, Iran, on its own, and they are protesting. Are they not stupid? Does it not show you that we just have a lot of youths in this country that don't even know they don't know their left from their right? So the protests they are protesting, what are they protesting for? Why have they not been able to protest against the ones who are killing their own people in Nigeria to ensure that they do not kill anymore? Moreover, this is the month of Ramadan.
Yeah.
And this is supposed to be a peaceful month. And this is supposed to be a holy month. Yet, the bandits, the Boko Haram, the Lukarawa, they're busy killing people all the way from the north. They've gotten to the west. Are they not supposed to be fasting? The youths in the north that are protesting, are they not supposed to be fasting? Is it not because of fasting that they're trying to move the election date? Is it not? Because they say it will affect their holy month of Ramadan. But to protest against what is happening in Iran does not affect the holy month of Iran. It shows you how hypocritical a lot of people have become. Nigeria is the only country where people fight for their gods. Normally the gods are supposed to fight for the people. But in Nigeria, the people fight for their gods. I don't really understand that. That is one aspect of religion that I don't understand. The gods that are supposed to protect you, you are not the one fighting for it. Oh my God. Something is wrong with us. Something is definitely wrong with Nigerians.
Yeah, well, protests, there was protests, Sokoto, Gombe, so many others, and now in Lagos, which means it's, okay, maybe we'll have to do an investigation to find out the people who are killed. Maybe Shiites are not part of them, because we heard that what happened in Kwara was largely because the people failed to accept a kind of religion that was alien to them, a kind of Islam that was alien to the people who already were were Muslims.
My brother, is that not enough for the youths in the north to protest?
Or for the religious leaders?
Is it not
of
enough
Islam
for them
to say something?
Even our Christian leaders have become so docile. They're not speaking out. All they're interested in is their tithes and offerings and their miracles. Everybody has forgotten about liberation theology. I mean, why are we so docile? Why are those who claim to be leaders in this country so docile? How many more lives will we lose before people will begin to speak out? Before Nigerians will begin to protest like they're protesting now? Your own people are being killed. You don't see the need to protest. But outsiders are being killed. You see the
common sense. It's not common after all. Okay. Even power outage, people are protesting. In Nasarawa, they also protested. Maybe their governor will also join them. I don't know. But let's come back to internal security. According to ICPC, they list a lot of documents and devices seized from El-Rufai's Abuja home. And the DSS have come out to say that they also got the wiretapping equipment, and they took it from the house of El-Rufai, even though the family has come out to say it's a blatant lie. I'd like you to comment on that.
Regarding El-Rufai and the tapping of the phone of the National Security Advisor, has the National Security Advisor agreed openly? Has he accepted openly that its lines were tapped?
I haven't heard that.
So let's start from there. He has to admit. So if he admits that his lines are tapped, then it means that nobody is safe.
Does he need to agree?
No,
because the DSS, ICPC, all these people are answerable to him.
No, because we need to hear. He has an office. He has his media team attached to the office of the NSA.
But that will not give him any deniability in case he wants to deny.
Wait, we want him to accept that yes, his lines are tapped.
He will not.
Then on the other hand, if you come to search somebody's home in the absence of that person and in the presence of his family, and you itemize the items you're taking away and get the family to sign up for you, if the DSS and ICPC did not do that, then they don't have a case. Just like the family has come out to say, this is not what was found in our home. Sometimes we don't do things in a professional manner. Those things you're carrying away, you're supposed to back them as exhibit, isn't it? And get the family to sign off. At least the family will know, and it will be on record, that these are the things we're taking from this house, and they are aware. So why did they not do that? Now they're giving the family an opportunity to say, these things were not found in our home. And so you cannot persecute a man, or you cannot shave a man's head in his absence. And that's the truth. So as far as I'm concerned, the ICPC and the DSS need to prove beyond every reasonable doubt that those things were taken from El-Rufai's house.
But if they went for El-Rufai because of the revelation, is that not an admittance of the fact that those things were true? Because if you come now and accuse me that maybe I have a family, another family in Israel, and I know that I don't, if I have to prosecute you, it will be on the fact that you are defaming me, not the fact that I said I used it. They do have a hidden family somewhere. So they went after him because he said he had a device, and then they found the device.
When they went to his house to get that device, why did they not do a video of it as part of their records?
No internet.
Oh, they had a glitch.
Yeah.
No, but these are things that you need to prove a case in court. We must not keep doing the same thing, something wrongly, and we expect a different result. Because we're talking about evidence here.
Yeah.
So if you're saying that, it's like going to somebody's house and you say you found this person is a kidnapper and you found children in that house locked up, are you not supposed to video those children or even snap them in that house so that people will know? I mean, I do not expect that, our security personnel do not know the right thing to do. I do not.
Okay.
Because if they were going to parade thieves
Yeah.
with arms, they would have done it.
By the way, there's someone who has been arrested in Edo State in connection with the attempted killing of or attempted assassination on
Peter Obi.
Yes, Peter Obi, and they're calling his name as Udeme. I don't know what business Udeme has, and he was talking, according to them, that they had warned Peter Obi not to come into Edo State. Udeme is not an Edo. So where did they get that person from?
The thing is, if they've gotten somebody, let the person face the music. Whoever that person is. Nigeria is a free land. Nobody, not even any governor, has a right to stop another citizen from entering. And we must not allow this madness to overwhelm us. We must not. If Edo does it and goes scot-free, other states will join. And you end up having chaos in your hands. So I would like to call on the Edo State governor. I know before now he had said to Peter Obi, if you want to come to the state, come and get clearance. But he needs to understand that Nigeria is a free land. Nobody needs clearance. And he needs to call those who has. You see, there's something about words, saying something. Sometimes we say something, we don't know how far our supporters will take it.
Yeah.
So that's why you must be mindful of what you say to the public. So for me, the Edo State governor needs to retrace his steps. Because if anything happens to Peter Obi in Edo State, he'll be the first number one suspect.
Or anywhere else for that matter. Because
you have set the tone.
Yes, if he said that, and then in his state is someone else who came from another state to come and cause the havoc, it will mean that
he planted the person. Simple.
And if you can import people from other states, you can also export from your state to another state to go and do what that's.
So this power drunkenness amongst our political leaders, they need to understand that, look, nobody lives forever. Nobody. We will all go one day. And because of that, you need to be careful the things you do.
But some don't really care anyway.
Well,
there's nothing else, and that is it. Man die go, woman born another. That's what we say in Nigeria. Okay, so what do we now do? Well, let's still continue to talk about this internal security. Anambra government seals another market over sit at home. We thought it was beginning to work. So here we are.
Well, regarding Anambra State and the issue of sit at home, well, the issue of sit at home in the entire Southeast, I have always had a different angle to it and a different solution. First and foremost, I've always said that the leaders in the Southeast are culpable of everything that has gone wrong in the Southeast. Is it IPOB? Is it ESN? Is it the sit at home? Is it the unknown gunmen? Is it the killing in the Southeast? Is it the kidnapping? Our political leaders are culpable, on one hand. On the other hand, to stop this sit at home, you must engage in dialogue. There cannot be peace without justice, without equity, without fairness, without inclusiveness. So if you're talking of peace, and you just think that peace is something you foist on the people, it will not work. Moreover, the Anambra State governor should ask himself, why are people staying at home? People are not staying at home because of Nnamdi Kanu anymore. No, people are staying at home because of fear. How is inflation reducing?
I don't know how this year is going to be, and consequently next year is going to be food-wise, because a lot of people are experiencing the same thing. And then so many farmers went into a lot of debt because the previous year they felt there was a windfall and all that, and they wanted to expand. They got money hoping to recoup and all that. Things didn't go well, and still they cannot even buy the inputs to make new farms and all that. So I don't know how this year is going to be or next year. I just pray things get better.
Because when the National Bureau of Statistics keeps churning out its data, we keep asking what is going on. Where are they getting their data from? Do you know that malaria drug right now is not affordable to ordinary Nigerians?
True.
I have cold. I had to go and buy some drugs yesterday. I was shocked. I was asking the pharmacist, I said, what is going on? Okay, prices have gone up. A bottle of granite now is about 2,700, 2,800, 3,000. A bottle of granite. And somebody will sit in his office and say that the prices are dropping. Tell you that inflation is coming down. Maybe inflation is coming down at the macro level, or not at the micro level.
But right now, another thing is, according to reports, crude nears $80 per barrel as Middle East tension shakes market. I'm sure that so many oil-producing countries will exploit this windfall and make a lot of money. Shouldn't that include Nigeria? And shouldn't that give us more money? And shouldn't that make us be able to even afford it better? We produce this thing here and all that. So why is this a disadvantage to Nigeria instead of an advantage?
It's a disadvantage because your national refinery is not working. It's become a drain pipe. It's not working. So, and you expect that a businessman who has invested his money will sit back and try to find a way around it. No. For every businessman, it's an opportunity to make more profit.
Okay. Time is drawing near to open the lines. I think we should just open the line since we
after granting me bail.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, that's the correct one. That's what happens here. We grant you bail and then we still
no, you grant me bail, another officer detains me.
Okay, so we want to open the line right now so that you can call us and say what you need to say, and we'll still be here to just take your calls and take your messages. We have so many messages on WhatsApp already, so we'll be taking these messages alongside the calls this morning. Let's start with okay, before we go there, the number is 0700 903 903 903. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number you call us. In case you're just joining us for the first time or you've never thought about contributing and today you want to contribute, the number is 0700 903 903 903. We also have an option 080 36 92 9933. 080 36 92 9933. That's another option you can get. And then for WhatsApp, it's 081 7175 6338. 081 7175 6338. Call us or send us that message now. My position this morning about these petroleum matters is that all souls hiding on the petroleum and power sector to afflict Nigerians, God will judge them bitterly. I rest my case. Bobo G is one who sent that. Mazi Ugochukwu, aka the General from Isheri Oshun, is saying those protesting that the situation is the same where it's completed. The situation is the same where it's complete blackout. The most annoying thing is where the president that promised constant power supply and distribution of free prepaid meters is not even bothered on keeping his promise as he is busy campaigning for 2027 general elections. I want to state categorically that power supply in the Jagamo community is not improving at all. Furthermore, I want to appreciate Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu for the good works that is ongoing in the Jagamo community. The installation of the street light has commenced. What is left and that needs urgent attention are the drainages that will channel free flow of water to prevent flooding in the area. The governor should tell the contractor to swing into action and ensure that these drainages are fixed before the rain will fall. It's also pertinent to state that the deep ditch dug in front of the Lost Glory School by Ogoluwa Street via Ojodo bus stop that was left unfinished needs to be fixed, and the idea of creating a drainage that would pass through buildings that was not built on the drainage or beside canal and waterways is not a better suggestion, because it would make so many people become homeless. Finally, I give another kudos to our amiable governor as repair and expansion of the road from Jakonde Gate, Okeofa by Kpako roundabout is almost completed. Okay, all this is coming from Temitokwe Onatoye from Ijegamo community. Thank you very much, Temitokwe. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, young girl.
Good morning. Vivian.
Good morning, Tatinaka.
Yes, good morning.
She was accusing me that it's
I know it's you that pick my call. It's not young girl. Just look at what Tinaka pick my call. I decided to call today because I called yesterday. He's not pick. But now that you are in the studio, look at where he's not pick my call.
Jeez.
Happy New Month, sir.
I wish you the same.
You've sidelined me now because, okay, go ahead, Vivian Love.
Please, with the news I'm hearing, I'm not happy with what is happening in that north. Look at the way they are shooting, doing any, killing people. The worst part of it, those is it like Muslim youth or what? The ones that are protesting. Yeah, they are watching the way they are killing your own people, even if they are not the same, they don't have the same faith with you. Don't allow your people to die. We that are not even Muslim, we are even crying for them, even some of them that lost their life. They are even crying for some of them. The kind of leaders we have in this country. Yeah, I'm not even happy. I voted for number 1. They gave me number 4. And number 4 is not doing anything for me. I didn't they gave me number 1. At least that number 1 will be doing like Governor Less for me. You vote for number 1, you give me number 4. These leaders, they don't have me content. So I feel like I said, let me wish you happy new month, sir.
I wish you the same.
Manage me too now. Manage me small.
God bless you.
You too.
Happy New Month, yeah.
Happy New Month to you and the little one that is contributing at the background. Okay, Vivian Love there. Thank you. Hello?
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
This is Leonard Toyaba.
Yeah, Leonard, go ahead.
Now, we see what is happening. Just like my sister said now. You don't fight people. If you are quick to fight for some people who are fighting elsewhere. How? Let me tell you, each time I hear how election was held, and then they say B get to some figure, and I couldn't wonder how do you propose figures and then show to the people? How do they come and move Yakubu? You never have peace because you saw throughout all the time. He has never been happy. So, even as he was being sent as an ambassador. Now, I want to explore that because Obi came into governorship in Anambra State because of the fight between the people who manipulated things. So, this time now, we see El-rufai saying that Obi got over 10 million. Baba Shilawa say Obi got over 10 million. And nobody saying something about that one. So, because when you do, we have to do something right. You cannot build on the wrong foundation. The foundation is wrong. The foundation the thing we are following now is wrong. Because people say we can come and plead that happened. I think Nigeria should say, let us know what happened. Another one comes and the thing happens again. Then they say it's because it's tradition. This is collecting. Now we hear that 210 trillion was from our coffers. 210 trillion. And nobody's talking about it. It looks like business as usual. 210 are we in. So Nigeria was talking about this thing, these matters. Because all about this about 2027, let's put that. We are not moving ahead. Even some of our head are moving. Countries are not going right. People are buying over governors and they are coming over there and they are making jamboree everywhere. And we are saying that is governance. It is no more governance.
Nobody cares about that direction.
All right.
Is that how we shall continue to go?
Thank you.
Make all help us to do it. If you really try to get it right.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Good morning, VOP family. Terrorists, Boko Haram, and bandits have been killing people in Nigeria. We've never seen people protesting these people who are protesting now protesting at that time. Now, they're protesting over the war on Iran and America. What a people. Now, pump price has gone up to 900, another suffering of Nigerian masses. I asked Dangote on what basis he has increased pump price. Has he imported crude since the war in America and Iran started on Saturday? May God help Nigerian masses. This is from Benjamin from Shogunle. And this one is saying, good morning, Nyamgul, and everybody in the studio. Some people from the north are protesting against the attack in Iran. Can you see the kind of people we have in Nigeria? People are being killed here in Nigeria on daily basis. Also, children and women are living in IDP camps for years and they cannot protest. It's quite unfortunate. Atiku's son, Wike's son, Devumai's son, and Tinubu's son wants to contest for governor seat in their different states. Abi, that means Nigeria is now father and son Nigeria Limited. It's quite unfortunate. Oh God, arise and trouble those who are troubling Nigerians. Mayor from Ikotoegbe. Mayor, know that the protest also happened in Lagos, so it's not only in the north. This protest in solidarity with Iran. That's what is happening. Good morning. Edo State Governor joins the protest to protest power outage. What a shame. Someone should tell the governor that it is his responsibility to provide power supply for his people. Power outage is not only in Nasarawa. In my area at community Ijegun, there's no power supply for many weeks now, but they shamelessly bring in bill for us every month. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Yamgo.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning. This is Adisa calling from Ashodi.
Thanks for joining us. Go ahead.
Thank you. Now, I want to speak generally about the issue. Although, like I called yesterday, those people that are protesting over Iran issue, that's their own personal business. I'm not in support of that. But then, what we must understand is that when a problem started in the Gulf, it's going to affect us, and we are seeing the effect in the price of fuel. Now, because that is shipping route, the Strait of Hormuz is the shipping route, and anything that happens there will affect the global economy. Sure. That is one thing we must understand. Now, on the issue of before now, when gravity was coming on board, you could remember in 2023, when Chile took power, the first thing he said is that fuel subsidy is gone. And that was exactly the time that Dangote wanted to kick off. And I knew that they were trying to sell fuel at an exorbitant price. Now, you see, the problem we have as Nigerians is that Nigerians are intelligent people. The one problem we have is that we are politically ignorant. I do tell people that, look, Dangote is going to monopolize that sector. And immediately he has that power, he will use it anyhow he wants. And the yardstick is very simple. When you look at the way we have been controlling the cement industry, you definitely know that it's not going to favor anybody when it comes to petroleum. That's why I think Nigeria are politically ignorant, because a businessman is not. Dangote refinery is an investment of about $20 billion. It's not here for charity. It's not a social stuff. It's not here to tell you tomorrow that fuel is going to be for 300 naira. But some people, because Nigeria are politically ignorant, when the Henderson and Dangote are having issues, they say, no, Dangote want to say what the people is for the masses, and every time people talk, I just laugh. So most people, you're not even saying things the way you're supposed to say it. Look at Dangote from the angle of sugar, from the angle of cement, from the angle of flour, then you know what is coming from petroleum. And that is the problem we are facing in our society today. That's by the way. And when we look at our government, the way it is structured, scabbing our Senate, the upper assembly, it is a problem, it is a way for. As we ask ourselves in these countries, what are the rules of these our traditional rulers that when we come together, we are receiving billions of naira on monthly basis? When you look at the way the UK is doing wrong, fine, everybody has their own system. But you have this House of Commons, which is normal for politicians. But you have this place called House of Lords. These are run by some monarchs, some clerics, and the likes of them like that. If we don't want to scrap the Senate upper house, why can't we just make it the kind of house whereby we can bring in some others, maybe 3 others from each state, to debate on national issues. They are receiving salaries. And then practically, because governments of our community are being run by local government chairman, the state, and the likes of them.
Can you vouch for the integrity of our monarchs right now?
Now, this is very, thank you. We cannot fight for their integrity. That is, I love what you just said now. But now, it will not be an insult for any other who passes a nonsense law in the house. Because that will now drop their reputation. Now, their reputation will now be at stake if they participate.
Do they have reputation?
That's the problem.
How many of them have reputation? How many of them are speaking up for the people?
Because now it would have been the time that they should speak for the people, because they are more or less neutral. They should be. But right now, when we see on social media, we see a very high-ranking Oba going after...
You're getting it wrong.
What
you have today are political... The governors themselves have taken over that throne, that aspect of government leadership. So the governors are the ones who decide who becomes an Oba. So they too are as bad as our politicians.
And by law, they should be neutral.
They are not different from our politicians. But what I'm trying to say is that these people receive salary on monthly basis with practically no any single role. And that is the strength of Nigeria today. With practically no any role.
Senators are also receiving salary doing nothing.
The thing is...
That's why I was campaigning that this Senate member should be scrapped in replace for these people.
No. You want to replace one evil with another evil. Let us scrap them. Let us scrap the Senate completely. Let us
duplicate of evil.
Yeah, I hear your point.
Let us scrap the Senate, leave the Oba the way it is, but let them go back to what they are known for. Let it become that if you are to become an Oba, let it follow the process. Not government,
process.
Not government-induced process.
You understand? But the honest truth is that our upper house are nothing to write home about, and that is it. Please, I will not. In my closing remark, I would like to talk about Lagos State. Please, just 1 second, just about 30 seconds.
Okay.
Please, Lagos is extremely dirty. It was not like this during the time of Fashola and Ambody. Only is doing a good job in Lagos. But on the aspect of environment, it is poor. I see that people give Tokubo half to Makuni that is doing fine on the environment. No, it's not doing much. Lagos is too dirty. And then I see no reason why the Lagos state government cannot hold people within some blessings. Because when people say Lagos is dirty, now we say Lagos is dirty. Look, it's not the commissioner's son or the permanent secretary's son that come and throw dirty on the road. It is we, the citizen, that is making the environment of. The state government needs to do something to this environment. The other day I traveled, I was walking out from Oshodi down to Agara, and I see all the mess up along the median. And then when you go to Mushin, you go to Mosalachi, you see everywhere is just too messed up.
Right.
I don't know how they go.
And then they break down on the road, and before you know it, they litter the place. When they fix the truck, they don't pick up what they have dropped. They just leave it and move on.
I mean, okay, let's use Airport Road, for instance, that people come, international airport, that means people come from all other countries. This is the face of tourism of Nigeria, or into Nigeria. You move from the airport to either Oshodi, or you move to Ikeja itself, and you won't find one bin that will take refuse. And then some places you want to
put them on the lane.
Yeah, you just put them there. Like this morning, before I could cross the road, I couldn't pass where I usually pass
because it's filled up.
Yes, it's filled up with debris, with dirt, with rubbish, with everything. And I was just asking myself, if not for anything, what about at least the aesthetics of this place? Why not just provide those bins so that these PSPs or this thing? I thought by now it would be better than when Ambode was in power. It's really terrible.
This whole thing boils down to the fact that Nigeria is a country where continuity does not exist.
Good continuity.
Does not exist. But if it is bad continuity, I mean, look at the issue of Agberu. They have taken over Lagos. Woe betide you if your car breaks down. Now we have 2 sets of Agberus. And I'm calling out on the IGP of police. He needs to do something about it. There's this set of policemen with last man men in Korokwe buses and all of that. Once your car breaks down on the road, the way they come after you, you'll be wondering what has happened. It's on one side. When they finish with you and they go,
is it unlawful for a car to break down?
They feel it's unlawful. On the other side, when they finish with you, the hoodlums or area boys or whatever they call them, they will come. I mean, last night I was coming back from work and the man had a flat tire. You know, he had to roll the tire for about 2 kilometers or more to go and get it pumped or sorted out. By the time he came back to put the tires, these boys refused him touching the car.
His own car.
He said he must give them money. And you will see policemen drive past, walk past, none of them will blink an eye.
And this money is not like, give us 500 naira to...
1,000 naira.
Oh dear God.
So the IG of police has a lot of work to do. I don't know when our policemen lost the whole thing about their integrity. You know, before now we used to have policemen where if you're walking on the street and you hear a policeman is coming, you run. But these days you'll see even when they blow their siren and coming, those boys will not even move. They will not be moved. They don't get shaken at all. So I don't know how we're gonna come back to that situation. Honestly, I don't know. We need to come back to that situation where sorry. We need to come back to that situation where we need to come back to that situation where the policemen are respected. The policemen are seen as real officers of the law. I don't know how we're going to do it, but we need to come back to that level.
It just takes willpower. I hear when Buba Marwa was in charge in Lagos, these Agberos were not in
even Fashola took them out.
So I don't know why now it's as if they are an institution of their own.
They are more than an institution. The way they fight you is the way they fight the truck drivers.
So they're now kingmakers and
On
they
the
decide. Okay, let's see. Hello, good morning.
Mr. Yangu.
Okay, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. My name is Raf and the call for Satellite Town.
Raf, thanks for calling. Go on.
Basically, like a God bless the head of the discussion.
Morning, sir.
Yangu, this country don't tell me, so I'm so with this man, I'm still up there. I don't know. Honestly speaking, this issue of dividing the time increases for last call I said, see all these things, I'm not that much educated. You don't need to tell me what I know when it comes to all this business of it. People will call that and say, oh, Dangote did well. He has done a refinery, this and that. Oh, I give him applause. God bless, this and that. I was telling these people, how can a man, the resources of a country will be in the hand of one man? The whole law is the Nigeria has today. Gold in the north is not for Nigeria. Whatever thing is somewhere is not for Nigeria. This one is where everybody focuses. And then Nigerian government cannot be able to afford to build a refinery. And then individual will come all the way from the world and go and build a refinery.
I don't know what happened there. Sorry, maybe you'll have to call us back. Good morning, Yamgul. I hear INEC Chairman George Amokwiton said he wanted to conduct mock presidential election. Is that why the commission was allocated 1 trillion naira budget, even when government cannot guarantee real-time transmission of results? I suspect that what INEC really intends to do is to test run APC's electronic rigging plans using its recent e-registration manipulation exercise, which it claimed has registered over 40 million voters in its database. This INEC cannot be trusted. Forget all the promises it is making. Professor Mahmoud, that we don't have any strong opposition who knows its onions. Pascal Chimezie. It's unfortunate and sad that great oil nation Nigeria is relying only on Dangote for the supply of petroleum products. For our information, Dangote is a businessman, and every businessman is always selfish when it comes to his business. So the earlier we wake up and fix our refineries, the better for all of us. I always have hope that Nigeria will be better for all of us. Have a blessed day, my good friend Yamgul H. His Royal Highness BC Nwoko in Oshodi. Unfortunate thing is that I think all the politicians that should talk have a stake in Dangote's refinery. They have shares, and everybody seems to have a part ownership of Dangote.
They've dipped their fingers into the pie, and
So they can't talk for us as it is.
They have never been speaking for us. See, Yamgo, we assume too much. Our politicians don't believe in the people. Our politicians don't value the people. Our politicians, greedy, wicked, and selfish, is all about them and not about the people.
Okay, morning, Stevie Kello from Maryland. I call it hypocrisy of the highest order when the Shiites protest over the Iran-Israel's war and will not be moved by killings in Benue, Plateau, Kwara, and many others by the bandits. Yet our government pretends not to notice and make arrests because of political reasons of 2027. What a government. Stevie Kello is writing from Maryland. Greetings to you, Prince Ayotek from Arena here. When I said that Mr. Monday Okpebolo has nothing to offer to Edomites, you thought that I was joking. How on earth can a sitting governor join its people in protest over poor power outage? It is not his duty. Is it not his duty to provide power supply like Governor Alex Oti did in Abia State? Why are our brothers in the north protesting over what happened in Iran when terrorists are killing people here every day? It's quite unfortunate. How did we get here? Prince Ayotek is in Arena Market. And let's this one before we go back to the calls. Okay, good morning. When you were all told that INEC servers were observed to have been hacked, it didn't make any meaning to you. What actually could have happened by this revelation by El-rufai and not being disputed by the DSS was that having hacked the servers, they saw that they were losing the election to the PDP, then called the INEC chairman to stop the use of servers. It also revealed that DSS or the like could also intrude into personal business communications of members of the opposition, then use the knowledge to blackmail them into surrendering to their political biddings and leave the opposition with no other opinion or option for escape than to join the APC or be jailed, as is habitual for former Edo State Governor Adams Oshimole and the APC to practice. It has got so bad that they must be removed to stop the degeneration of this country. This is from Tochukwu Thompson from Obanikoro. Hello?
Hello, Mangol.
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Patrick is calling from Okota. Good morning, Prince Silaka.
Good morning.
I want to say President, and it's very obvious. Look at the escalation of killing in Nigeria. The president has remained quiet. Look at the people they call themselves the National Assembly Committee on Security. They are doing nothing. So who is going to stop this nonsense that these people are giving us now? Monday Okpebolo telling Obi to take permission to come to where there is darkness. Is that the leadership? A place that has no light, they are still boastful, telling Nigerians to get visa from you before they will enter your state. Where is the state that you are governing? You are joining people that are supposed to run to you. You are not running to them. What are you going to tell them now? If they ask you a question, why did you join the protest? What are you going to say? It's very shameful. I'm just calling on all Nigerians. Let us join hands and remove this evil that has come to what do you call it now? Enslave us and colonize us. We cannot do that.
Okay, we lost that call. Good morning, Nyamgul and Prince Chiraka and VOP family. In fact, I thought if Yorubas begin to be attacked and threatened southwest Tinubu will go all out to end this senseless killing, but unfortunately terrorists are now having a field day in Kogi and Kwara, but Tinubu still remains indifferent. Benue people are being killed every day, but the Secretary of State or Secretary to the federal government, Akume, is silent. But when you threaten them politically, all of them will be firing, and politicians, our elites and religious leaders aren't speaking out because they want to be politically correct. The protest in Nigeria is a clear indication that our priorities as a people is misplaced. We are really jokers. Amechi from Mafoluku. Thank you, Amechi. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Morning to you.
My name is Akinjide Joseph, speaking for myself.
Go ahead.
Sir, now I'm receiving 54,000 naira for salary. Yesterday I paid 30,000 naira for my son, Wahed. Now I meant 24,000. How can I live with that this thing now? With this party, this ICPC party, destroy everything. Nothing now. If not no end, I'm not to go my house. And we get party, we know they say that the APC or more good block. In time of good block, I buy block at the big house no more. The time when these people enter, and after playing, I take over the kitchen now, when me and my family in the state. This time better government. Eh? They don't discourage person. I'm not seeing what they do as the party at all. I'm not seeing them. So I thank God now people they talk and I'm more join out together, I'm more command these people. I beg. More command these people. Not be them at all, this one not they don't encourage person. They discourage person, they discourage my life like this. Eh? If I wake every morning and I swear I swear for that, I wake every morning and I swear for it, God help us, sir.
God help us. God help us. God bless you.
You know, when I hear people like this talk, sometimes I try to get emotional, but sometimes I try not to get emotional. And I'll tell you why. Because these same people, somebody like this who's venting like this, all he needs on election day is 5,000, 10,000. He will forget his suffering, he will forget his venting, and he will look at the other way around and he will vote. But people need to realize that 5,000, 10,000 a politician is giving to you it doesn't mean anything to him or her. And stand their grounds to say, we need to elect men of honor and proven integrity. And until Nigerians begin to think like this, we're not going to make any headway. We're rather going to be finding ourselves in the same boat at every election cycle.
Let's use this as a case study. Someone who is earning 64,000, and that brings us to the fact that no matter what we say, there are people who are still earning less than the minimum wage, and 64 is even big money compared to what some people are earning. I'm sure there are people who are still earning 15,000, 20,000, 30,000 in this country, and they're working. And so, as I said, let me use this. Now, he said he just removed 30,000 from the 64 to pay for WAEC. But if we were speaking out, if we were not accepting these bribes that they are giving us,
it's like somebody on drugs.
I mean, if you're buying a bottle of granite, like you said, for 3,000 out of the 5,000, just granite.
I have 2,000 left.
So the rest is for a small container of gari.
But then the question is, it's not even the quantity of the gari, it's how long it will last.
You drink gari and one time, 2 times is gone. If you're making a bar,
so the money you're getting for 5 or 10,000 will last you for. If it lasts 5 days, let's assume you're taking 2,000 naira a day.
2,000. That's 2 days.
That's the minimum you could want to eat. So if you're collecting, if they bribe you with 10,000, it's for 5 days. They bribe you with 5,000, it's for 2 days. And after 2 days, what happens? You are faced with another 4 years in poverty, in hunger, in frustration. Nigerians, wake up from your dream.
Okay, good morning. The governor that joined the protest against power failure should hide his face in shame and throw in the towel. To those hypocrites in the northern part of this country protesting against the killing of Iran's leader should better go to Iran to express their madness. Second base, Jerry. Boyesen from Afro, because in the north they protested, and we hear that in Lagos also there was a protest. So whoever is protesting, if you are calling
no,
them,
but I would say this. I think this is same government. I remember they arrested some kids for flying the Russian flag.
Yes.
I would expect them to also arrest these adults who are flying Iran flag and persecute them for terrorism. That's the ideal thing to do.
If that is what it is.
But that's the ideal thing to do.
Okay. Good morning, Yamgul. To fuel a protest in the north is very easy. It is just the Islamic teachers that handle their almajiris to instruct them to hit the streets. That is all. These almajiris have no homes because their parents have given them out without their consent. So anything their Islamic teachers instruct them to do, so be it. These boys sent to the streets do not understand why they are protesting, but their leaders must be obeyed whether they like it or not. It's unfortunate that the elites are not helping the matter because they delight in using them as slaves and errand boys. Because these elites are cashing out over the insecurities and the death of their people, it's nothing to them. All they are after is their personal interest. If you look at it critically, probably they are getting something from Iran. If not, why this nonsense protest today? From Ayetoro. Let me take the last call. Good morning. And
yeah, Mr. Yangu was talking.
Brief, yes.
Yes, my port road. Honestly, I don't know how to change this thing from 500 to 1,000 yesterday. I spent more than 2 hours because you can use only PS. Broadcast. How can somebody pass on the roads in the morning, go to my office, I pay 1,000. I come back in the next 3 hours, I pay 1,000. 2,000 a day. From state, talking in state. We need to talk about this. People cried yesterday, throughout yesterday. You have to pay with PS. And also, how can you pay 1,000 per person I get? Airport road. Let me go, so I will call back later.
Thank you very much. Okay.
But that's on Sunday.
Thank you very much. Okay.
But that's on Sunday when I finished my maritime and border channels, there was this traffic, and I was wondering what's going on. And somebody said, they've increased the the toll. And I'm asking why. This government is taxing everybody. The kind of money the banks collect from your account these days after at the end of the month, you ask yourself what is going on. How long will Nigerians endure?
Wow. Okay, Prince Chilaka, thank you for your time. I'm sorry for detaining you as always. We hope that we'll meet again on Tuesday next week. All right. Okay, we'll take a break now. We'll be back at 10:30 to finish up what we started here. Don't go away. It's time for Igbo Amaka.
That time for this conversation.
We want to know what the public has to say.
Your voice.
First subsidies removed.
My voice. Our voices must be heard.
As far as I'm concerned, it's not helping the society because the way things are going now, everything has gone up.
For current news and daily updates, trends and run-ups, vital information and more, tune in daily to the best radio station. VOP, Voice of the People, 90.3 FM, Lagos. Now you have a voice. Speak up.
VOP 90.3 FM, Voice of the People Radio.
This is Voice of the People.
VOP 90.3 FM.
We give you your voice.
Iṣẹ́ rere aṣílẹ̀ púpọ̀ lẹ́yìn, a ló ń tọ̀ ọ́ lẹ́yìn. Iṣẹ́ rere
dídùn ní ìrántí àwọn olódodo ìyẹn láti kéde ìrántí bàbá wa nínú Olúwa wòlíì olùṣọ́ àgùntàn rere